Alright, this was a night of crazy endings, and a couple of them were a little disrespectful, especially what Trae did, so I gotta start with the Hawks vs the Pistons. This was basically a foul fest the entire night, and it even continued into the fourth, but that wasn't the only similarity on both sides, because both sides had the same defensive game plan for the Stars. They just had their big show-off Trae and Cade screens, so the two either had to get off the rock or just create something out of nothing, and the Hawks were converting more to start the quarter off those swings. That's what got him the 12-point lead early, but it ran dry after that, and it turned into Trae either getting to the rim, making shots, or drawing whistles till the end, because he had to single-handedly carry him once it became a game of buckets. A lot of it was from the Pistons defense, because they kept getting stops at the rim that turned into runouts, so those got him back into the game, and even gave him back the lead at one point. It was all Cade and Tobias making big shots down the wire, until Cade had a costly turnover that gave the lead right back to the Hawks, and that saved them, because they were on their heels during that Pistons run. But they got to end the game with basically the final shot, and it was only fitting Trae wet it over Malik, because it was real physical between those two throughout, so I understand why he had to do the slight Iverson step over to top it off. But that wasn't the only disrespectful win on the night, and there was another one out in Portland, because it should have been a special one for Book after becoming the all-time leading scorer for the Suns. He just needed the win attached, and they were in a position to do so, because they just went small the entire fourth to exploit Durant hunting. And it was his main matchup of choice, and they kept having a player slip to the rim or sit at the dunker, so while that space was generating good looks once he got doubled. Their small ball usually works offensively, and defensively, I think it creates a sense of urgency for them, because they know they need to be damn near perfect with their reds and low rotations to make up for their size disadvantage, so they were getting stops. But the whistles hurt them throughout, and then Ayton's O boards and OT hurt even more, because they kept getting chances to potentially win. The Blazers were up 3 late in the fourth, but for some reason, they decided not to foul and collapse the paint, so instead of giving up 2, that opened up a Tracy for O'Neal to force OT. And then in OT, Avdia decided to gamble on the inbound for some reason, so he fouled out and gave Book a chance to force double OT. But he somehow went 2 of 3 at the line, and what made it even worse was Ayton securing the board, because he was the one that got to talk shit on a night that should have been a celebration for Book. Just watch the tape.
3 and 2 10 seconds remaining.